thing so loud? Hi, India. How are you? Hold on a minute. Hold on. My trash can. No. I was trying to see if this man emptied my trash can. He ain't done nothing. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm not going to stay on long, probably an hour. My cousin is coming over, so I'm going to talk about this storm that we had last night. Lord have mercy. Here in Georgia, we had a tornado yesterday. I don't know if you guys heard about the tornado in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, we had a tornado in Atlanta, Georgia last night. It started like it started like around, hey, India. Yeah, it started around probably like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was so afraid yesterday. Let me tell you something. I was so scared when the storm came. So scared. I never been in a tornado. Why you write hey so many times, India? What's wrong with your phone? I've never been in a storm before. Hi, Anointed. How are you? Welcome in, sweetheart. I've never been in a storm before. You know, all I could do is just pray because it was bad yesterday. It was really, really bad. Being that this house is on one floor, I stayed back in the laundry room because they said you get in one room and just, you know, just stay there. So I got in one room. Make sure you guys thumbs up is free. I got in one room and I just prayed and prayed and prayed to God about it because let me tell you, I'm glad you're doing good. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for the blood of Jesus, I don't know what I would have did because, honey child, I was panicked. Being that I'm the only one here right now, and that storm came 1 o'clock this morning. It was, woo, trees falling, limbs, everything just everywhere. And you know, I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do about this. I was just really, really afraid. What's wrong with this thing today? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Every time I send a comment, it keeps me. I see. I was like, what's going on here? Yeah, you keep your comments keep repeating. And just like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong, but and I didn't know what to do, and I just prayed and prayed and prayed. Being that I was the only one in the house, yeah, I'm okay, Margaret. I'm so happy that I'm okay. Being that I'm the only one in this house, I was like, man, this is scary. It was really scary, and being that I don't have no basement, I had to go back in the back room, and I stayed back there in like a laundry room. It's so many people died last night from this storm in this morning. It was so many people from Atlanta. A tree fell on their homes. Cars is all smashed up. You know what? We're lucky to still be living. I thank God that none of that didn't happen to me, but it could have happened to me. But yeah, I'm safe, anointed. Thank God it didn't. See, we take our life for granted. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys every day. You got to stay prayed up because, you know, we going through so much stuff here. I mean, this storm right here could have took us out. You know, it could have been in anybody's city, anybody's state and took you guys out. That's why we got to stay prayed up. We don't want to just pray because of a storm. We got to pray all the time. You know what I mean, guys? We got to start doing this a little bit more. Hi, Life. How are you? Welcome in, sweetie. I needed to talk to you and sent a message on Instagram, but I don't think you saw. You know, I don't think I did. You know, I'm gonna have to go back and look. I'm sorry, India. I'm gonna go look today, okay? Do you still want to talk on there or what? Let me know. I'm sorry. I go on Instagram and I don't go on there. I'm usually on Facebook, but I'll go check your message out today. Yeah, so we got to start staying prayed up. We don't do that enough. You know why we don't do that enough? Because we're too busy living our world life like there's going to be a tomorrow. I don't know if that storm was going to take me out of here. I don't know. We don't know what's going to take us out of here. That's what I'm trying to say. Even though a storm come, you have to keep on praying. And like I say, I went in that back room, that little room that I was in. We can't talk on here. We can't talk. Okay, that's fine. Even though that storm came, I still stayed prayed up. I didn't give up. I didn't say, well, you know, this was going to happen. Trisha in chat. Hey, good morning. Hey, the positive. How are you, baby? Welcome in. Welcome in. You know, just because that storm came doesn't mean that you're going to give up. You want to give up. That's what people usually do when storms and trials and tribulations come. They give up. So the reason why I said this storm, what I put on my channel, my topic today, as the storm came, and all I can do is pray. That goes for life. You may have a storm in your life that you're going through too. It's not, thank you so much, Frank. Just because you're going through a storm in your life doesn't mean you don't pray. You got to pray all the time, even though you have a storm, even though you don't have a storm. So what I was saying about this storm that came last night, this tornado that came last night, could have ripped my house apart, could have ripped me apart. I still stayed prayed up. That's what I'm trying to say. Even if a storm come your way, you still pray. Even if you feel like you can't pray, you still pray. I mean, we don't want to pray because the storm is coming. We want to pray all the time. Because as long as we live, we're going to have a storm. Some type of storm, whether it's a storm outside, if it's a storm inside of us, we're just going to have something that we're dealing with. Me, I'm dealing with situations every day. That's why I try to tell you guys every single day, we have to stay prayed up like it's our last day. We have to stay prayed up. Glad you're safe, Trisha. I'm safe. Thank you for saying that, sweetheart. I'm safe. I'm so safe, Miss India. But, yeah, so keep on praying. You may go through trials and tribulations, you know, Margaret and India and all of us in here, the positive, but don't stop praying. Don't give up. Because God didn't say our life's going to be like ice cream. And he did not say our life's going to be like cake. He said we're going to have trials and we're going to have tribulations. But just because we have trials and tribulations through a storm, through a tornado, through a hurricane, we still need to pray. Even though we may lose something, we still need to pray. Even though we get sick, we may still need to pray. We still need to pray. We don't want to get mad because we lost something. We don't want to get mad because we're going through a storm. Mostly people get mad at God because they're going through a storm. If God take you through it, he's going to take you out of it too. He's not going to leave you in a storm if you're doing the right stuff. If you're staying prayed up, if you're loving one another like you're supposed to, you're going to make it. So what I have to do every single day, hey Frank, what I have to do every single day, I have to remind myself, I have to stay prayed up. And I have to remind myself, as that tornado was around my house, surrounding the trees and banging at the windows like that, want to come in, I have to remind myself everything's going to be okay. Sometimes we have to walk around our house, walk around everything around us and say everything is going to be okay. Because it's not for me to say that. I mean, it's not for me to say there's nothing going to be okay. It's for God. God already know everything is going to be okay in our life, but we got to stay prayed up anyways. Things go wrong every single day, but guess what? Still pray. We've got storms every single day, but still pray. We're going through so much crazy stuff in the world, but still pray. Don't give up on praying. You know what I mean, Frank? We go through so much stuff out here, but the first thing we want to do, we want to get mad at God and we want to stop praying. If that tornado tore my house apart, I would be mad, but I wouldn't be mad at God. I would be mad because of what I have already gained and I have lost it. But guess what? God took that from me. He'll give me more. And you got to understand, just because God takes somebody out your life too, doesn't mean he won't bring somebody else in your life. What I'm trying to say, sometimes God take things away from us that we love so much. God don't want you to love stuff too much more than you love him. So that's why God take a lot of stuff from us, because we love it more than we love him. God don't want us to do that. God wants us to love him and watch your stuff stay. But when we put other stuff before God, that's when things happen. We got to keep on praying. We got to pray like it's our very, very last day. When I was in that back room yesterday, 1 o'clock this morning, that's when this tornado came to Atlanta, Georgia. I got on my knees and I prayed. I read Psalms 91. I read Psalms 91. I read Psalms 91 over and over again. Rainbow Angel, I've had a lot of experience like that because I have a cerebral palsy and I do a lot of praying. So you're very welcome. Yeah, yes, that's a fact. Say that again. Yeah. So I read Psalms 91. Yes, it is, Alyssa. Yes, it is. We have to stay prayed up no matter what we're going through. So what we usually do when we go through a storm, we blame it on God. When I was in the back room by myself in the dark, I put my phone on and I start reading Psalms 91. And I read it and I read it and I read it. And I say, God, please stop the storm. Please stop the storm, God. I just kept saying it over and over. Please stop the storm, God. Finally, the storm like kind of went away a little bit, but it didn't stop. But it went away a little bit. But finally, around about 3 o'clock in the morning, the storm was over. Then they said you can go back to where, get out your hiding space and you can go back where you at. So what I'm trying to say about storms, we even have storms in our life. But don't just pray because you have a storm in your life. Pray all the time. Whether it's a storm, whether it's whatever, you need to just pray. God is going to work it out. Believe me, God is not going to leave you in that storm. God didn't leave me back in that laundry room by myself in that storm. He know that I was by myself in the house, but I was with him. He didn't leave me by myself in that storm. He knew that he was going to be there for me. So I prayed and prayed, and finally the storm just went away. 3 o'clock in the morning, the storm was gone. If you stay prayed up, if you stay positive, God will help you out. If you're going around, you want God to relieve you from that storm, relieve you from that pressure that's been going on in your life, you have to stay prayed up first. You have to love people first. I don't care what people do to you, you still have to love people. If you want to get to the next level, you got to learn to love people. I wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't love people. I thank God that I love people. Maybe they don't love me back, but that's okay. So when storms come my way, God take care of them because he know who I am. He know that I love people and he know that I'm genuine. And that's what God wants us to do as we grow older, as we grow wiser, as we grow in the spiritual walk. You have to learn to love people and you have to learn to let it go and let God take care of that storm. Don't you dwell and dwell and dwell on storms, no matter what it is. Don't dwell on it. You have to keep on going. Yes, we have to love everyone. Absolutely. And you know, people may not love you that way, but it's okay. You still love them. Let me see what India said. God has never left me despite how many times I feel alone. Right. And we know what? We're going to always feel like we're by ourselves, even in a storm. Like yesterday, I feel like I didn't have nobody. I feel God wasn't around. I just felt like, I was like, oh, what I'm going to do? Because, you know, the first thing comes your way, when a storm comes your way, even when it's just a regular storm comes your way, you panic. So when that storm came in my house yesterday, when it was outside, I panicked. I said, oh, because I never ever been in a tornado before. I never ever been around this type of stuff before. So I kind of panicked. I said, well, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do? God said, you're going to stand still. Peace, be still. And you're going to listen. You're going to say to me, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. When you face obstacles in your life, you have to say to yourself, everything is going to be okay, which it is. Trouble doesn't last always. Storm doesn't last always. Things doesn't last always. We're going to have good times. We're going to have bad times. We're going to have storms. We're going to be happy. We're going to be sad. We're going to be it all. But as long as we can bounce back out of that, we'll be okay. So I always bounce back out of stuff when I get in a type of situation. When I feel like I'm just, I can't go on. Always bounce back. Being that I feel like I'm alone, we're never alone. No matter what you do, you're never alone in this world. And we got to always remember that. We're never alone here in this earth. Never. No matter how you treat God out there, you're still never alone. He's still there. No matter how you don't believe in him, you're still never alone. He's still there. God is always holding his hand out saying, you know what, take my hand. If you don't take his hand, it's all right. He's still going to keep asking you over and over, take my hand. And you may not take his hand right now, but he will never leave you nor forsake you. We leave God every single day. Every single day we leave God. Right? We leave him. But we bring him back up like I told you guys the other time in my life. We bring him back up like he's a jack in a box and bring him back up when we need him. We don't want to do God like that. We want to need him all the time, whether we're doing good or bad. Whether there's a storm or not a storm, we still want to be happy, we want to be humble, and we want to keep on going. God could have not spared my life yesterday from that storm yesterday, because that was a bad tornado, a very, very bad tornado. But guess what? God spared me to see another day. And I am happy, not only happy, I am highly favored. I am loving God that he saved me. And you know, he was there for me when the storm was going on. He didn't have to be there for me. He didn't have to spare me. And that's what I'm trying to say. You have to be happy no matter what type of area you're in. No matter what is going on in your life. You have to still be happy. You might not have everything, but you still be happy. You may lost your house, but you still may be happy. You may lost your car, but you still have to learn to be happy. You got to find some happiness still through the storm. I found happiness even though that storm was going on. I didn't know if I was going to see today. Even though it was early this morning, I didn't know if the house tree was going to fall. Because those trees outside of my house are very, very weak. Very weak. And I said, oh, Lord, when they said it was going to be a tornado, I was like, oh, man, spare these trees. You know, God will hold those trees. God will hold you. He will hold that stuff so it won't go over on you. Because he know you. He know you. One thing, I'm going to read you guys' message in a minute. One thing about God, what he does for me, I would never go hungry. I would never don't have no money in the bank. When my bank account get low, God is always giving me something. It's always something there just because of my spirit, the way I am with people, the way I am with him. God will show up in your life and he will show out if you let him. If you let him now. Now, God is not going to intervene if you don't want him there. He's going to leave. But he's going to still be by your side. But he's going to leave you be until you say, hey, you welcome in my heart. You got to welcome him in there for him to change that storm, for him to change and arrange you. But he's not going to welcome his own self there because most of the people don't even want God in there. Hey, sissy, how are you doing? They don't want God there. So the reason why they don't want God in there because they're scared to do better. There's so many people are scared to do better because they don't know what God is going to do. God is a good God. God will never lead you the wrong way. He will lead you the right way. And we got to understand God is going to lead us the right way. He's not going to leave us the wrong way. People do the wrong thing. They worry about, well, what God going to do with me? He's going to lead you the right way. When you mess around with people here, unsaved people, uncleansed people, sinners, they're going to lead you the wrong way. That's why God said, get around somebody is going to go on the same mission that you are. There's not a lot of people are on the same mission you are. There's not a lot of people that's on the same mission I am. There's a lot of negative, but there's not a lot of people going the same mission. That's so God wants us to go the same mission that he's going, that you're going. So I need to find somebody that's positive, not negative. If you want to be around somebody negative, you got to go that way. If you want to be around somebody positive that's going the same mission you got to find those type of people. And you really don't have to find them because God will find them for you. He will find those people for you. You don't have to go out and find people that's on the same mission that you are because God will find them for you if you let him do his job. One thing about us, I'm going to read you guys' messages in a minute. One thing about us, we want to go find people. No. Let God bring you people. Let God bring you people in your channel, in your platform. Let him bring you people. Don't go out and go search for people because sometimes when we search for people, those are people that give us the biggest storms. We don't want big storms. We want little storms that God can take care of. Not somebody going to bring us another headache. You don't want the headache. You want somebody that's on the same mission that you are in. So let's read your messages. Yes, that's a fact. Say that again. Yes, it's true. I've had a lot of experience like this because I have kids of Silver Apostle and I do a lot of praying. So you're very welcome, sweetheart. I'm going to continue on praying for you too, Alyssa. Thanks for coming in. God has never left me despite how many times I feel alone. Right. We all feel alone sometimes because let me tell you something. Just because I'm saved does not mean that I don't feel alone. I feel alone all the time. Being that I'm in my house by myself, I really feel alone now. You know, it's like this big old house. You know, it's a little house, but it's just me, little me in it, you know. So yeah. Thanks for sharing, Asia. I love everyone. It's good to love everybody, Alyssa, because in the end, you're going to win, sweetheart. Always remember that. Hello. Hi, Daryl Haynes. How are you? Welcome in, sweetie. If you have not thumbs up for your girl, please do so. And I was supposed to be dead at 18, and God had blessed me with 50 years. See what I mean? If you trust in God, he would do just that. We don't care what the doctor, the teacher, the preacher, nobody say. God have the final say with your life, with my life, with everybody's life. And we got to always remember that. So God is good, and God is good all the time. So that is great, Alyssa, that you're still here. I need the Lord every hour. Yes, we do. Being that all this stuff is going on, we need him more than ever. And we don't understand that we need God, but we really, really need him. Being that all this is going on, all these storms, all these tornadoes going on, we usually never have a tornado here in Atlanta. I've never seen one since I've been here. I mean, it would be a touch of one, it'd be somewhere else, but it never hit home. It really hit home yesterday. I thought it would bypass, but lucky me, it did not bypass nothing. Let me see. If God take care of the birds, how much more will he take care of us? It's in his word. Absolutely the positive. If he take care of the birds, he's going to take care of us too. And we got to trust and believe that when a storm comes, don't go panic when a storm comes. You just hold your head up high and you keep on going. Whatever you do, just do it. Don't say, well, I can't do that. I'm going through this. I go through stuff, but I still get on live. I still smile every day. You would never know what I'm going through unless I tell you that. I can smile every day and you say, well, she's happy. You don't know that. Just by I'm smiling doesn't mean that I'm happy. That's what people do wrong. Oh, she's smiling, so she's happy. No, not always. Not always. I'm just a happy-go-lucky person. I'm just a very humble person. So I'm going to smile so I can make you guys feel good. I don't want to come on here being mean and, all head all down. I want to smile. I don't know who's going through a storm. I don't know who's going through stuff. So I want to be the person that's going to uplift you, motivate you, encourage you to keep on going through that storm. Keep on going through that tornado. Keep on going through that hurricane. Don't let it break you down. It didn't break me. I'm still here. God still spared me one more day. And I don't know about tomorrow, but I know about right now, this moment, this second, this hour that I'm talking. That's what we know about. We don't know about the next 2 hours. We don't know about the next 15 minutes. We don't even know about the next minute. All we know about right now. And that's what we got to live our life for right now. Not tomorrow, not the next hour, because we're not sure we're going to be here the next hour, right? So we got to live it for right now. Right this second as you speaking, as you're talking, Let me see, where we at? Okay, we said that. I'm glad you're here. Aw, that's so amazing. Yeah. So, just keep on praying. Keep on believing in yourself. And when storms come your way, pray. When storms don't come your way, pray. What God wants us to do, he wants us to pray whether we have a storm or not. What we do wrong, we only want to pray when we have a storm. Don't. I didn't just pray when that tornado come. I pray all the time. I get up in the morning and pray. I go to bed praying. I didn't just pray when that tornado came in here. I didn't. I pray all the time. And that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to pray all the time. Don't just pray when something comes your way. Don't just pray because you lost your daughter or you lost your mother or you lost your friend or you lost money or you lost situation. Don't just pray for that. Pray all the time. Pray when you got a lot of money. Pray when God send you that check. Pray when God send you this. God send you that. Pray when God give you that gift that you pray for. Pray when God give you that house. Pray. Don't stop praying when all those things go away. That's what we do wrong. We want to pray when those things go. Hey, Tyrese, how are you doing this morning? This afternoon. Welcome to the live stream. So we want to pray all the time. You want to put God first, you want to put people second, and you want to put yourself last. So what I do all the time, I pray for one another. And I'm going to always pray for everybody because I don't know people's day. I don't know people's story. There's a lot of people have stories. There's a lot of people have a lot of storms that they're going through. And sometimes you want to be somewhere that you can talk about your storm with. You want to be somewhere that you can just let your hair down and say, hey, you know what? I got a problem. Can I talk to you just for a little while? And I'm going to say, yeah. This is what my channel is about. It's about motivating somebody. It's about talking about stuff. Things that are going on in your life. Things that you feel that you're falling apart. That storm have came and you don't know what to do. That's why God sends me here to talk to you. That's why God sends me here to uplift you, to motivate you. It's always somebody God's going to send to motivate you. And so that's what I do. I like to motivate. I like to encourage. I like to uplift. And I'm going to always motivate. I'm going to always encourage. I'm going to always uplift. So that's what I do on my channel. It's not about drama. It's about positive stuff. And that's what I want my channel always to be about, positive. I want my channel to be that you guys can come to me and say, hey, you know what, Trisha, I'm having a problem. What do you think I should do about this? And I'm going to tell you the best that I can tell you. Maybe you don't want to hear, but I'm not going to tell you what you need to know. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. Most of the people come on and say, well, this what I'm going to tell you what makes you feel good. No, we don't want to tell somebody what makes them feel good. We want to tell somebody what they need to hear, what they really need to hear. Because this is not a feel-good channel. It's a channel to tell you what you need to hear. God is coming back, and he's coming back for the good. He's coming back for the ones who's prayed up. He's coming back for the ones who repent. So if you're not repenting and you're not loving people like you're supposed to, and you're only going with God only when you need him, you're using him, your soul going to be left behind. So when that storm come, you pray. When that storm don't come, you still pray. And that's what God want to see. When God see you do that type of stuff, your blessing is on its way. So don't use God to get somewhere. We don't want to use God to get to another situation. We don't want to do that because God is God. And God is bigger than you. So we don't want to use God to get to the next situation or the next episode because we want to just love God anyways. Even though he didn't give you that $1 million, still love him. Even though he didn't give you that brand new car, still love him. Even though that storm, that tree fell over your house, still love God. You may be mad, but you still love him though. You don't give up because that tree fell. Sometimes when bad things happen, always good things are always behind it. Always remember, when bad things happen, usually good things is behind it. Good things is behind it. I have lost a lot in life. Let me tell you something. I have lost so much in life. But I see day by day I'm gaining them back. I mean, they ain't all back yet, but I'm gaining stuff back that I've lost a long time ago. You know, God say, oh, let that stuff go. Sometimes you don't want to let that stuff go that you lost. But let me tell you something. Greater is better. Greater is better. You may lost that car, you may lost that house, you may lost this, you may lost that, but God's going to give you more if you trust and believe in him. God's going to give you more. Because most of the time, when you lose something and you pray it up and you're doing what you got to do, God's going to give you more. He's gonna bless you more. So don't take that as a loss when you lose stuff, when you lose friendships, when you lose fake people. Just take that as a lesson. We learn from that. That's not a blessing, but it's a lesson. God's going to give you the blessing because that was a lesson right there. So that's what we learn from. So let me read your messages. Hold on. I'm so grateful I was able to catch you live this morning. I have to go. I will be in prayer for all of you, and I will chat with you all again. Okay, the positive. Come back again. I love you, sweetheart. Come back again. I think prayer worked. Today I prayed my heart out to God, which I haven't done for a while. You know what, India? Prayer does work. But don't just pray sometime, pray all the time, India. That's what we do wrong. We won't even want to pray when we're going through stuff. Pray all the time and watch God show up and show out. That is what we all need to do. Remember, preach it. That is what we all need to remember that. Absolutely, Alyssa. That's what my channel is all around. Rainbow. Yeah, we want to stay positive. Whatever we do in life, we want to stay positive. We don't want to be around nobody negative. Because as long as you're around somebody negative, they're going to make your storm bigger than it is. Get around somebody on the same mission. You know who you want to be around. You know who God's going to send you. God ain't going to send you this trash man if you don't be quiet out there. God is not going to send you nobody negative if you're not negative. You're going to find negative people all around you, but that doesn't mean that you're negative with them. God's going to send you somebody that's positive, somebody's loving, somebody's kind. He's going to find somebody for you. You may not think it is, but God is going to find somebody just for you. God's going to give you that perfect image of somebody just for you. But you got to wait on it. Don't go out there and try to find friends. Don't go out there and try to find people. Because sometimes when you go find people, they be the wrong people. So that's what I'm trying to say. When a storm comes, you go straight to negative people. Don't go to nobody when a storm goes. Go to God. Like now you're going through stuff. If you're going through stuff, go to God. Stop going through people with your situation. Because they're not God. They're just people. They're just people. And if you do go to somebody, make sure they're positive. There's a lot of people want other people to fail. There's a lot of people don't want people to win. So you have to be careful who you go with the situation, because everybody don't want you to win. Everybody is not on the same mission as you, so they want you to lose. So if you lose, they're laughing at you, not with you. So what I'm trying to say, when a storm comes, pray to God. When a storm don't come, still pray to him. And pray all the time. Don't pray sometime. Pray every day. I get up in the morning every single day and say a prayer. It don't have to be a long prayer. Just pray. Thank you for waking me up this morning. I am so glad I was on the wake-up list. Thank you, God, for providing for me. Thank you for putting food on the table. Thank you for giving me some financial over here. Thank you for all these things, God. I just want to say thank you. Sometimes God just wants for you to hear, other than just asking him for stuff, sometimes we just need to say, thank you, God, that I'm living. Other than say, God, I'm praying that I want a big old house. Sometimes God wants you just to say thank you that I'm living. Thank you that I'm breathing. Thank you that I'm achieving. That's what God want to hear. You don't always have to go to God and ask him for something, because he's going to give it to you anyway. But he wants you to come to him sometime and just say, you know what, God, I just want to thank you. I just want to tell you that I love you. That's good enough. You just want to tell God that you love him. You don't need nothing else from him. You just want the love. And when you listen to God and when you be obedient with God, God is going to bless you whatever your heart desires. I'm trying to tell you, God have blessed me and blessed me and blessed me. Hey, silly, how are you doing this morning? That's what my channel is all about. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Definitely a lesson learned on it. Yes, it's a lesson learned on the end, Tyrese. Preach it. That's what we all need to remember. Yeah, you got to understand. Behind a lesson, there's a blessing. I have lived and learned so much about stuff. I have lived and learned so much about people. But listen, I learned my lesson. And behind that lesson, there's always a big old blessing if you hold on. Don't give up so easy when something comes your way. When a storm comes on your way. When you don't think you can go on. Don't give up so easy. The first thing that we want to do as individuals, we want to throw in the towel when something comes our way. We can't handle it no more. Let me tell you something. You can handle it. If I can handle it, if that person on the corner can handle it, if the homeless person can handle it, if that sick person can handle it, you can handle it. God woke you up this morning, regardless of a storm. God started you on your way, regardless of a storm. You still breathing, regardless of the storm. You still walking, regardless of the storm. You still talking, regardless of a storm. So don't let a storm get you down. Get back up again and start all over. When that storm came this morning, 1 o'clock this morning, I was scared, but I didn't let that storm get me down because I know there's greater behind that storm. If I had lost everything from that storm, I'm not going to be mad at God, but I'm going to be mad because I lost my stuff, but I'm not going to be mad at God. I'm never going to be mad at God when that storm comes. Because just because a storm comes, I can lose everything today and gain something back tomorrow. Just because I stayed prayed up, I stayed humble, and I waited. Even though I would be mad as ever if I lost all my stuff, but I would wait. I would wait on God, knowing that I don't have anything right now. I would still wait on him. I am starting to learn I am loyal to people, but some people aren't loyal to me. That includes family and friends. Yeah, people are not loyal anymore, Frank. We already know that. They're not. They're not. That's why, Frank, that's one reason God is the first and the last in my life every day I pray. You know what, Alyssa, that's what we have to do. One thing about me, Frank, that's why I don't get on here much. I mean, I just get on here the spare moment. It's not 6:30 anymore. It's not just, I just get on when I feel like getting on, because people act like they don't need God anymore. People act like they act like they don't need the Bible. They don't act like the God don't exist. And like, it's not that I'm giving up on my channel, my live stream. It's just that people act like God just doesn't exist. And they don't want to hear nothing about God. They don't want to hear anything about that. They don't want to hear about how good God has been. They don't want to hear none of that simply because they have not seen him. So they give up on God. So they say, I don't want to hear that. I ain't going to her channel. All she do is talk about God. But one day you're going to wish you did listen to what God have to say, One day I'm not going to always be sitting here talking to you. One day you're not going to always be behind the camera talking to me, Since moved in his apartment, only one family has called me to check on me. Oh, wow, Frank, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, you know what, Frank? Like I said, that cousin of mine, it's just like I don't have nobody. It's just like I don't have nobody. But you know what? If I let that get to me, that's a storm for me. Because once I get off here, the first thing I do is think about, I think about storms. I think about stuff in my life. I think about sadness. I think about stuff that's going on. And, I think about family. And, and it's bad, Frank, that nobody didn't call you but one person. But let me tell you something. It's better than what I get. I get 0 people calling me. When I first moved down here, my mother called me. But after that, nobody else didn't call me. And, it's just a buffer. It's going to buffer because this is how it is when the phone rings. Oh, Lord. Every time this phone does that, the whole string is messed up the whole string. But, yeah, I always feel like I'm the only one in the world. I've been feeling like that for a long time. That's another storm. But God don't want me to feel like that. God don't want you to feel like that either, Frank. You must keep going, even though only one person called you and checked on you. That's okay. And like I said, the storm went on yesterday. I wanted people to call and check on me and see if I was okay. Nobody called and check on me and see if I was okay. My mom called me this morning. My sister called me, but I got lots of family. I come from a big family. But people don't care about what you do. They don't care about how you feel anymore. So that's why I'm trying to tell you guys, you got to keep on going anyway. Even though, hold on, because people are so busy with their lives and they don't want to be bothered with God. Absolutely, they don't want to be bothered with God at all. But if God, like I tell everybody in my live streams, like I always say, if God would show his face visually, if you could see his image, people would be in here. But being that people are living their lives the wrong way right now, they're not caring about Trisha's channel. They're not caring about God. They're not caring about getting uplifted because they don't see his image. So they don't come. But if God show his face, really show his face, really, so everybody can see it, not the image, everybody will be in the live stream. But being that he doesn't show his face, that's why people are living their life like it's tomorrow. Like it's tomorrow. Which we're not sure about tomorrow. This world is going backwards. It's not going forward. That's why we have so many storms, because our life is going the wrong way now. That's why so many heartbreaks. That's why so much stuff going on, because our life is going the wrong way now. It's not going the right way anymore. It used to do. It used to be. It was good when everybody used to get along with one another. Everybody used to smile and, encourage each other. You don't have everybody encouraging you anymore. Very few people will encourage you. Very few people out of that bunch will encourage you and tell you, hey, you're doing amazing. Keep up the good work. Very few people. Very few people will tell you, go ahead on. Don't stop what you're doing. Go ahead on, girl. We love you. Very few people will tell you that, because they can care less about what I'm talking about, God. They don't care about God. That's why you see very few people in here, because they don't care about God. Yes, the storm was very bad out here. Yes, it was very bad, Tyrese. I'm glad that you are okay, but I know last night you probably were scared to death. Tyrese, I was the scariest person around. I was scared to death because I didn't know if a tree was gonna knock down the whole house. You'd be afraid of stuff like that, because I was scared. I didn't know if a tree was gonna come over and knock down my whole house. I was like, oh my goodness. So I prayed. Like I said, I prayed that Psalms 91, and I prayed over and over again. Over and over. Okay, see you later, India. Come back. India, message me on Facebook, sweetie. I was just recalling the day of 911 to my niece and my daughters last night. Wait a minute. Hold on. I was just recalling the name of 911, the day of 911 to my niece, my daughters last night, and man, those were some scary times. And Will as being, yes, those was a very scary times. Silly, I agree. You know what? I probably would have, my heart probably would have been on the floor if I was experiencing something like that. And I knew how those people felt. That was the bad year. That was a maze of the stories I told. Yeah, I told them we came out through that. Yes, you guys came through that. See, it could have been worse than that. Nobody couldn't have to live through that. So we got to stay prayed up every day. Okay, India, come back again. I am Methodist, and I am very proud to be one. And you know what? You're supposed to be proud of who you are. You don't let nobody change you with what you are. Listen, if that's what you are, that's what you are. Just like my brother, he's a Muslim. I'm not going to talk about because my brother's a Muslim. I'm not going to love him less because he's a Muslim. I'm a Christian. I'm a Baptist. He's a Muslim. That's what he does. And I can't say, well, you living wrong. No. We're not supposed to. God don't want us to do that. God don't want us to do that. You don't go telling nobody they live in no way. You just leave people alone, and you keep on going. You let him live his life, and you live yours. We may have differences about stuff, but when we all boil down to it, it's just only one God. He may have a different way of praying. I may have a different way of praying, but when it all boils down to it, it's just only one God. There's not two gods. There's not three gods. There's only one. And one God we serve, not 10. So So I have to let him, know that there's still just one God. No matter how you say it, how you put it, there's still just one God. We all serve one God. And we have to learn that as we grow, as we do this Christian walk, as we walk this Christian walk, there's only one God and only one. Okay, where we at? Gotta go. Love and hugs to all you and stay blessed. You too. Let's come back again. I told them we came out of there. Okay. My niece was like, "Wow, you was born when that happened." I told her that was not that long ago, and I told her I'm that old kid. I'm that old kid. Aw, yeah. So yeah. So you don't never know what you'll come out, but God brought you out of it, right? So we gotta stay prayed up all the time. And when a storm come our way, still pray. When a storm don't come our way, still pray. Don't let the devil steal your joy. Whatever you're going through, whatever you go through, just leave. Put it on the table and give it to God. The best thing we have to do, have to learn every day as Christians, as whatever. We don't have to even be a Christian. Just a person. You have to learn to give whatever storm you got going, to give it to God. Don't give it to Sheila. Don't give it to Trisha. Don't give it to Frank. Don't give it to nobody, but give it to God. When we give our storm to God, no matter what it is, it'll get better. I sit around all the day and say, all the time, and say everything's going to be all right. And being that I'm in this house by myself, I have a lot of time to think. I have a lot of time of soul searching. I always have to search my soul and see if I'm living right, if I'm doing stuff right. And so sometimes God puts you in a place for a reason. God puts you in a space for a reason, to understand that he's God and he's in control of you. He's in control of your life. So he want me to think about my life, or how I'm going to live this life. Am I doing the right thing? So sometimes we have to sit back and relax and ask God, am I living right? Am I doing this the right way? Am I serving you the right way? And we don't do that, but we have to learn to serve God the right way. We have to learn to uplift each other the right way. And you know what? There's a lot of people need to be uplifted. There's a lot of people going through storms right now. There's a lot of people lost a lot, and they're going through storms. And our place is to uplift somebody. Our place is to motivate somebody. Regardless if it's a friend or not, you still want to motivate them, right? We still want to motivate somebody. Hey, Three Wheels, good morning. Good afternoon. How you doing today, Three Wheels? I ain't seen you in 30 years, but good afternoon, Three Wheels. We still want to motivate somebody. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I need to go get my trash can outside for somebody who took the trash can. That's exactly what they do around here. Take trash cans. Hold on. Wait a minute, hold on, guys. Let me get this trash can. Hold on. Hold on, keep on networking. I don't get this trash can. Somebody take my trash can. Okay. Let me wash my dirty hands, dirty hand. Hold on, let me wash my dirty hands. Been outside. But we really don't know what's the end of that rainbow. We really don't know. You don't know what God got in store for you if you don't hold on. Like I said, I've been getting little mini blessings, not really big blessings, but I get a lot of mini blessings. I mean, they don't be big, but I get a lot of tiny mini blessings. And like I said, I'm jobless right now. I'm jobless right now. Like I said, right now they're trying to figure out a way to family and friends are not as close as they were in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and early 2000s. It's not. It's not, because you know what, Frank? Right, like now, like I'm going through storms right now. I can't count on nobody but my mom and my sister. And that's bad, but that's how it is. I can't count on my mom. I can count on my mom. I can call on my sister. But that's the only ones I can count on out of a whole family. I come from a big, close-knit family, Frank. But only 2 people out of my whole family I can count on. I don't want to bug my mother to death about nothing. I don't want to talk my mother ear off, because I'm a talker. And you guys already know that I can talk, you know? So I don't want to bug her about everything. And me and my sister, we talk all the time. She want me to move to Pennsylvania. I don't want to go where it's cold at anymore. It's cold in Pennsylvania. Erie, Pennsylvania, that is. Well, not right now, but it gets cold there. It's like New York, the cold. So I don't want to go there. And, you know, because me and her is very, very close. We talk about everything. We talk about everything. We talk about storms. We talk about just everything. We're talking about encouraging each other. We're talking about uplifting each other. And you know, that's what she does. When I feel like I can't go on, when I feel like I'm about to throw in the towel, she say, don't leave your YouTube channel. Because back in the day, I want to quit YouTube. About a month ago, that is. Not too long ago. Because I'm tired of being tired sometimes. Because the storms look like they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you know, I'm trying to make it through this storm, but it seems like I can't make it through the storm. But I'm still trying, though. I'm still doing what God wants me to do anyways. I still get on here and teach and preach the word every single day. You know, every single day still. I still do it. Let me see what y'all got. Let me see what you're talking about. Y'all know. My little squeaky voice. Y'all know. Hold on. I got the ugliest voice. It's so squeaky. It is. My little voice is like a little mouse, isn't it? Hi, Vern. Hey, Trisha. Hey, come on over to cold New York. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. I was raised up with. I was born in New York City, Kings County Hospital. But I was not raised there. I was raised in Ohio. But I am a New York baby. But I wasn't born there. I wasn't raised there. No, ma'am. Too cold. Anyway, I only can count only on my husband and my sister. You know what? And it's sad. Your husband and your sister. My mother and my sister. That's it. That's my older sister and my mom. And I don't want to have to count on my mom for everything. You know, I'm going through this situation right now. I'm going through a storm. I'm trying to tell you, it was a big old tornado here yesterday. Oh, Lord. I was scared. I was like, wow, you know. Where we see us? Who else came in here? Hi, Country Ghetto. How ya doing, Country Ghetto? Country. I had emailed you. You didn't email me back. What's up with that? But and it's not morning either. It's afternoon. You just look at me and be in here in the morning. Bye, Felicia. I only can depend on one person in my family. Everybody else are funny acting people. They talk with no action. Oh, wow. Tell me again, Frank. I know it. This is why I relate to y'all. Oh, silly, yeah. It's a lot going on, but you know what? We still have to stay prayed up. We have to stay prayed up. We're family here. Family uplift each other. We don't talk about each other. Not this family. I don't know about the family outside of this family, but this family, we're supposed to help each other. We're supposed to uplift each other. When somebody going through stuff, we got to pray for them. We don't want to go laugh at them. Oh, she going through stuff. Don't do that. Because we all got storms. Whether it's big or little, we all got storms. I have storms. But I don't get on here and just broadcast, oh, I got a storm. No. I just pray about it and let God handle it. You know, I want to hear you guys storm, though. That's what I'm here to hear you guys storm. I want to pray for you guys with your storm. But, you know, I have storms almost every day. It's always something. Not just a tornado storm, but storms. I mean, really storms. I'm having them. But do I give up? No. God don't want you to throw in the towel because of a storm. Because God didn't promise you roses every single day. Let me say it again. God didn't promise you roses every single day. He promised you that there's going to be heartache. He promised you things like that. Let me see who listens. They all listen in my house. Hold on, let me see who that is. They all nosy. I have to close the door up so. Yeah. God didn't say there wasn't going to be a storm. We got to understand there's going to be a storm every single day of your life. You're going to have a storm. No matter if it's good, whether it's bad, you're going to have a storm. You're going to have something that's going to go on. Like now, that tornado yesterday could have killed me. But guess what? It didn't. I prayed Psalm 291 over and over yesterday. Prayed and prayed and prayed. I was like, oh, Lord, I'm the only one here. And this storm is here. And I hear trees just hitting the thing. 1 o'clock in the morning, this storm woke me up. 1 o'clock this morning. This house is, wow, this house is all on one floor. I had to go hide in a laundry room. I had my little bonnet on my head. I had my gown on. And I was just sitting there. Boom, boom, all I hear. I say, wow, help God, help me. And I just kept praying Psalms 91. I prayed Psalms 91. Let me read it. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Oh, thank you so much, Three Wheels. You're amazing, baby. Okay, let me pray it to you. Oh, you are amazing. Okay, let me read this prayer that I kept praying, guys, over and over and over again. And I was so, okay, here it go. I read King James Version. And this is what I said. Oh, you are amazing. Three Wheels. Okay, here it goes. This is what I read yesterday. I say, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, he is my refuge, my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the nuisance of the pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall thou trust in his truth. Shall be thou shed and blocker. So God is going to buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid by the terror of night. You see me saying, oh, I'm scared. Nor by the arrow that fled by the day. So God don't want us to be afraid that stuff happened at night. That tornado. I was scared. And he don't want you to be afraid about something that happened in the daytime too. Because it's not going to always happen at night. Sometimes it happens in the daytime too. Storms don't always come at night. Storms come in the daytime too. And we're not talking about a tornado storm. We're talking about storms in our life. We got to still stay prayed up. Whether you have a storm or not, you still stay prayed up. Don't stop praying because a storm come your way. Because as long as you living, as long as you got breath in your lungs, you're gonna have storms. And I don't care if they're saved or not saved. You're going to have the storm of your life. And I'm trying to tell you. So stay prayed up. Don't stop praying. And let me tell you something. I have storms after storms after storms after storms after storm. All the time. And sometimes I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. I feel like I'm like want to just give up. But you know what? I don't. I don't. Sometimes I sit here and say, Jesus. Sometimes you have to call his name because I be going through it. Storms I be, ooh. But you know what? God spared me last night, though. That storm went on away. Went on to another part of the town. There's a lot of people yesterday died from that storm yesterday. But God spared me. I wasn't on that number. He spared me to be on the wake-up list. So I woke up this morning and say, hey, that's my testimony. Thank you, Jesus, for waking me up this morning. You didn't have to do it, so I am blessed. I am highly favored. You hear me? So that's what God wanted to hear is we highly favored. We ain't on that. We was on that wake-up list. I'm on the wake-up list, so I'm happy. If things ain't going right, I'm still happy. If I lose everything, I'm still happy. If I ain't got no job, I'm still happy. If I ain't got no money, I'm still happy. If I lose family, I'm still happy. If I lose so-called friends, I'm still happy. Don't let none of that stuff get you down. Don't let none of that stuff take you out your character. You still be kind. You still be humble. And you still stay prayed up. Hey, how you doing? AKA, make sure you thumbs up the live stream. Yeah. So don't stop praying. Don't stop believing in yourself, in your dreams. Whatever you do, just do it. Don't say I can't do this. Don't say I can't do that. Just do it like I do it. I jump. I may not have this, I may not have that, but I jump to what I want. What I want always happen. Because you know what? I say prayed up. Number one, what we got to do anytime we living, you better always stay prayed up. Stay prayed up because you never know when God's going to knock at your door and say, ready or not, I'm coming back. Oh, I ain't ready. Too bad. Do you think God's going to come back because you're not ready? Girl, bye. Boy, bye. No. You better stay prayed up. Whether you ready or not, God's going to knock on that door one day. Let me in. You come back tomorrow. No. He going to push the door in anyways. So that's why I'm trying to say, guys, love people. Love people. Always have a good spirit. Always have a good personality about yourself. Don't go around being mean. You don't never know when it's your last day. Don't worry about the storm. It's your past. It's your past. Believe me, storms pass. They don't last always. Trouble doesn't last always, like God say. So don't go around being mean and grunky with people. It's enough of mean and grunky people all over YouTube streets. Be happy like I am. You would never, ever see me come on here. You always see me happy. I'm a happy-go-lucky person. Whether a person like me or not, I'm going to still be happy. I'm going to still be me. This is me. I don't put on a show to be that person. I'm just be me. And being you look good on you regardless what you're going through. Give it to God because we all go through stuff. Let me say that again. Give it to God because we all go through stuff. We do. Let me read your stuff. Let me read it. Let me read it. Let me read it. I apologize, but it's not noon yet over here. You need to read my email country. What I do like is when I help everyone out of the storm, but I can turn to anyone in my storm because they don't have anything. Wait a minute. What I do like is when I help everyone out of their storm, but I can't turn to anyone in my. Same with me. Verns, I can help everybody at their storm, but when it's my turn for somebody to help me, nobody's around. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about my storm, but they care about their storm. As long as I pray for you and I help you out your storm, you okay. But when it's my turn, nobody cares. And I always get that. One thing about me, being the person that I am today, a very, very great person, I always get the raw end of the deal. I've been like this for years. Always get the raw end of the deal. I would help somebody. I would give somebody back something. But when it's time for me to get something back, like I'm saying, I talk so fast. I can help somebody. I can give somebody something all the time. But when it's time for me to want something, need something, nobody's not around to help me. But they want me to help them all the time. That's the sad part. Not only the sad part, but the bad part. And I always, being a Christian, I always get the right end of the deal, Frank. It just, I don't know. Even with people, even when I think I have lost a lot of people that I thought was for me all the time, but they tend not to be for me. Like I said, I always get the right end of the deal. One thing about me, when I love a person, I really love them. And I'd be like, oh, I try to do anything I can to help them out. But at the end, I always lose. I don't know why. I just do all the time. It's just like that. Anybody, when I meet people and I think they're right, good people, they turn out to be not so good people. But, and it's been happening in my life for years. Even when I was little, I always got to the raw end of the deal and stuff. Even when I got older, I still get the raw end of the deal. You go to people channels, they don't know you. And then when you go to, it's just so much stuff goes on all around YouTube Street. People act like you didn't hurt. It's just so much stuff going on. So that's what I'm trying to say. When storms come, just pray. Don't stop praying. Because that's why I don't like getting on live anymore. I just get on here sometime and get off. I used to be faithful about getting on live. Faithful. Now, I get on when I feel like getting on, because I just do. It seems like a lot of people take me for granted a lot, and I don't like to be taken for granted. And I feel that all the time when I talk, when I speak. I feel that people take me for granted all the time, and I don't like to be taken for granted. And when I sit down and think, sometimes I say I'm giving. When I talk to you guys, I give it all to you guys. I give it all. But at the end, it's like people don't care. They don't care what you're giving them. They don't care. Like I said, very few people care about you. Very few people want to uplift you. Very few people. Not many. But do you stop going? No. Do you stop glowing? No. Do you stop growing? No. You keep going. Even though you feel like you're getting the wrong end of the deal, even though you feel like you can't go on, you still keep going. Even though that storm is getting wider and wider and bigger, you still keep going. Many a days people let themselves go when a storm comes, which you should not. Don't ever let yourself go when a storm comes. Just keep on going like I do. If God is for you, who can be against you? If God is for you, who can be against you? Nobody in the world can be against you. Because God said he got you. God said he got you. He's going to block that stuff. He's going to block that storm if you let him. So let me read what Frank said. They don't care. It's sad. Absolutely, Frank. Some people these days don't want to help us out at all. They don't want to help at all. Nobody wants to help at all. I go through the same as do you, Frank? I do too. I did read. Check your email. Way by. You probably just did it. Yeah, so just keep on praying. Let God knows that that you love him. Like I said, I love God, and I go through a lot of stuff. And that's all I talk about on my channel. God, and I do some reaction crap, but the main thing is about God. Rather I get 2 views on a video, maybe I get 3 views on a video. The most I get probably 10, That's what people does. People don't want to hear about God. They just, the way this world is now, nobody can care less about God. They like, oh, well, he there, or I guess, I don't know, I don't believe him. And they're just living their lives. I see people living their lives like he doesn't even exist, like he didn't wake them up this morning. We got to understand, we have to believe that God did wake us up this morning, and he did start us on our way. And we got to always remember that even when we're going through bad time, even when we think we're in this world all by ourselves, you got to understand you are never in this world by yourself. Never. Even though when I think I'm in here by myself, no. God is always here. He's always holding me, protecting me from snares, from terrors in the night. Like Psalms 91 said, God is going to protect you from all that stuff if you let him. Because let me tell you something, there's snares in the night. There's bad people at night. And God protect me from that stuff. If it wasn't for God, I really don't know what I would do, Frank, because I really don't have a family that I can really confide into but my mother and my sister. So if it wasn't for my God, my mother and my sister, I'd probably be lost here somewhere. Probably be somewhere in a mental hospital. Yeah, I'm serious. So he's keeping me sane. My mother's keeping me sane. My sister keeping me sane. Because some days I don't feel like even doing nothing. I just feel like just laying in the bed and just cry. God don't want you to do that. God don't want you to feel bad about who you are. God don't want you to feel bad about who he created. And mostly people are mad at themselves. Don't do that. Move away from that and get somewhere and talk to God. Meditation is the key when you're going through stuff, when you're not going through stuff. Meditation will help you out, I'm trying to tell you. One thing about me being that I have all this time on my hands now, all I do is meditate all day, every day. I get tired of meditating, but that's what I do. So what I'm trying to say, even though we're going through trials and tribulations, still meditate. Even though you feel like you can't go on, still meditate. Even though when that storm gets this big and you feel like it's that big, you still meditate. Even though when you want to throw in the towel, still meditate. Meditate to God. Ask God, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to get closer to you? Sometimes we need to get closer to God. Closer to God, meaning not just a relationship, we will need to get a personal relationship with him. A personal relationship is different, way different from a relationship. Because when you have a relationship, all you do is know God. You're not reading the Bible, you're not praying to him, you just know of him. When you have a personal relationship, you know God, you read the Bible, you pray to God, you meditate to God, you talk to God on a daily. That's a personal relationship. Everybody around the world should have a personal relationship, especially when you're trying to walk this Christian walk. We don't want just to have a relationship. We want to have that personal connection with God. So when God talks, we can listen. When God says something to us, we can answer him. That's the type of relationship that I have with God. Like I said, when I get on here, when I get off here, I sit, the first thing I do, I talk to God. I ask God, I say, well, where you want me at? Where you want me to be at? Am I doing this Christian thing right? It seems like this is this. And God say, you must keep going, Trisha. Why are you trying to stop? What is wrong? What is the problem? And you know, he talks to me. He talks to me every single day when I feel like I can't go on. And you know what? It's something, you know what? You know, I always, okay, say I'm going through something. And the first thing I see something on TV that I was talking about, like Pastor Joel, he's a pastor, Joel, oh, what's his name? Austrian or whatever his name. What's his name? Pastor Joel. I was looking at Joel yesterday when I was going through some, not day before yesterday, I was going through. And you know who I'm talking about, Joel. Well, anyway, I was going through something. And the pastor hollered out and said, well, don't give up. You know, he said, whoever out there trying to give up and feel like that their life is not going the right way. This is what he was saying. Whoever feel like their life is going the wrong way, God told me to tell you, don't give up. I was like, whoa, Joel Olsen, that's his name. And I said, whoa. And I just said to myself, he said, God told me to tell you, whoever I'm talking to, either on stream or wherever, all around the world, I want you guys to know that God told me to tell you, don't give up. And you know what? You don't always have to hear from God saying these things. You can hear from a pastor. You can hear from a kid. You can hear from the TV. You can hear from anybody. You can hear from a faithful friend telling you something that you've been praying about, that you've been going through, that you've been struggling with all this time. You can hear from them. You be like, wow, what? I was just talking about that. So when I heard that yesterday when Joel Olsen said that, I was like, oh my goodness. Because you don't know what life is about. You don't know what God is going to tell you through a TV stream, through the preacher, pastor. You don't know what he's going to tell you. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When you go through these trials and tribulation, when you feel like you're alone, you're not. God hears everything you say. But when I was saying that stuff, I was like, wow. And I was sitting here by myself. You know, God was here. But I say, wow. I say, sometimes I don't know. I was saying that yesterday. And that's when I listened to Joel, whatever his name again. He said, I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who I'm talking to. That's what he said. But I wanted to tell you, God told me to tell you, don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. I was like, whoa, I could have fell out the bed. I could have fell out the bed. Listen to him. Because I feel that way sometimes. I wouldn't get on here just because I'm a motivator, motivates people. Don't feel that I feel that way sometimes. We all get that way. We all feel like we want to just shut it down and just give up and just live your life. Because sometimes it becomes too hard. Sometimes the struggle is so real. Sometimes the struggle is too real. And you just want to throw in the towel. Went through so much stuff. You've been going through so many storms all this time. You just want to say, you know what, I quit. But that's not what God wants you to do. He don't want you to quit. He wants you to keep on moving on, keep on progressing, because you're going to make it to the end. You will make it to the end. You will win in the end. I'm trying to tell you, you will win in the end. If you don't think so, you are going to win. I say to myself every day, even though I'm going through trials and tribulations, I'm going to come out first. I'm not going to come out second. I'm going to come out first. As long as we know that we're going to come out first, we're going to be okay. That's why we got to walk around the house sometime, even though we're going through storm, and say everything is going to be all right. Like that song say, everything's going to be all right. And it is. You may be facing some stuff in your life right now. Let me tell you something. I'm facing some stuff. I mean, I've been through challenges. I've been going through so much stuff. But I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still living. I'm still achieving. And I'm still grateful. Even though I don't have what I want, even though my job is this way now and this stuff is this way, I'm still grateful. I'm still motivated, and I'm still here. And that's what God wants to hear you say that to yourself, that you are still here through whatever you're going through. Don't give up because you're going through something. Just because that storm hit your house, because that tree fell on your house, just because your tree fell in your car, just because you was in a storm. Don't give up. Don't give up smiling. Don't give up encouraging somebody, because you just don't know who needs to hear from you. You don't know who needs to hear you. You don't know who you can bless just by having a great heart. I have blessed a lot of people just by being a good person, just by being me. I don't have to be like nobody to be me to bless somebody. And you know, I thank God for that, because if it wasn't for God, I don't know where I'd be at. So what I want everybody to do today, we need to say a prayer for one another. We need to start loving one another. And when that storm comes, let it come. When that storm go, let it go. It is not the end of the world because a storm comes. And you got to always remember that it's not the end of the world when a storm comes. Leave it alone. It's going to be okay. Walk from that storm, move from that storm, and move forward like I do. Because if I let storms get to me, I wouldn't be on live. I wouldn't do videos. I would just let it go. But when I do try to let stuff go, God always say, hey, wait a minute. What did I just tell you? What did I just tell you? You know what I mean? He always remind me, what did I just tell you? Because just because I motivate people doesn't mean I don't have a storm. Doesn't mean that I don't want to quit. But girl. Because baby, I be want to quit. I say, oh, people become too, it's just, sometimes it become irritated. Stuff is irritating here. And and like I said, but we must keep going on. We must keep striving. We're going to win in the end. You got to say every single day you wake up, Frank, Anointed, Three Wheels, whoever here, you're winners. And we are winners. And we got to learn that every day we live it. But you know what chapter you guys should read all the time? Psalms 91. Get up and read Psalms 91. Go to bed reading that. Because God is going to protect you, especially when you're by yourself. I'm by myself. God is going to protect me through the night. God is going to protect me through the day. God is going to protect you with your storms through the day. God's going to protect you through your storms at night. Because we don't just have storms in the daytime. We have them at night too. We have them when nobody's around, when there's nobody to talk to us. We have those storms. That's when those storms really come. That's when they really hit us. You act like my favorite scripture. Psalms 91 is a great scripture. And we need to learn to read the scriptures a lot. Because being that we're living in our last days, we got to really, really start reading the Bible a little bit more. And I use it, and you sometimes just put it on sometimes I put it on my phone, and I let it read it to me. I just listen. Sometimes I lay back in my bed and I listen to Psalms 91 over and over and over and over. Or I listen to Matthew, I think chapter 6 through 9, Our Father, who art in heaven. I just listen to those things over and over. And I just listen and listen and listen to them. And I fall asleep. I fall asleep, especially when I'm having a bad day. Lately, I've been having a really, really rough time sleeping. I've been having a really, really rough time anyway, just with everything that's going on around me, just everything anyway. It's just everything is everywhere. So I'm having a rough time trying to get where I need to get to. But you know what? I ain't giving up, though. I'm never going to give up on me. And I don't want you to give up on you. So when that storm comes and you can't go on, you're going to look at somebody and say, you know what? I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on believing in myself because God say I am great and I am who I am. And we got to remind ourselves every single day as we live, I am who I am. I am who I am. Look in the mirror sometime and say, I am who I am. I have to remind myself that I am who I am. Frank, you have to remind yourself every single day, you are who you are. Anointed, I am who I am. Three Wheels, I am who I am. Whoever else, I am who I am. And you are. And when you learn these things, you'll live by these things. We don't know these things because we don't say that to ourselves. But God wants you to say that to yourself. I am who. When you're going through stuff, say, I am who I am. And you are. You can't be nobody but you. So you are who you are. I listen to the audio. The audio Bible reader is great. That's what I listen to. So read it and go by it. Learn it and just do by it. Don't just read words in the Bible and don't go by it. There's a lot of people read words, but they don't go by it. You guys like my mask? I bought me a mask. I don't know if I showed it right. See my mask? This is a mask that I use outside. Isn't that the cutest mask ever? Isn't that cute? See it? Okay, I'm about to put it down. Hi, Yemi. How are you, baby? Make sure you thumbs up for your girl, and you did already. Yeah, this is my mask. I put my little mask on. Hi. Yeah. And go. Even though it's bigger than my face. I have a little face. This mask big. But anyway, so just say who you are no matter what's going on. And when you say these things, God's going to bless you. You may not got everything that everybody got, but that's okay. We're different. Your storm is different from mine. My storm is different from yours. But we all the same people. We bleed the same. That's all we do the same. So if I got a bigger storm than you, that doesn't make me a bad person. If you have a bigger storm than me, that doesn't make you a bad person. Keep on believing in yourself. Keep on going. Let God know that you're there. Let God know that you care. Let God know that you care about somebody. I need to buy me a mask. You buy your mask frame. They're on eBay for $9. That's how much I got that for $9 on eBay. But and they're called personality. This is what they're called. It's called a personality mask. And that's the bag that it comes in like that. Yeah. So yeah, I got it from eBay. So yeah, yeah. Do what you got to do. Just stay prayed up. Listen to the word. Go by the word. Go do the Bible audio. Just read the Bible. Just read about God. Learn about God. Learn about His word. Learn about what God wants you to do. Learn about Revelations. Learn about what's going on around the world now. Just read it. Even though you don't have a storm, still read it. Don't just read it when you have a storm. Read it when you don't have a storm. Just read the Bible. When people get on your nerves, read the Bible. When people don't get on your nerves, just read the Bible. See, what we do wrong, we read it when we only going through stuff. That's like using God. God don't want you to use Him for when things are going wrong. He wants you to pick it up and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to read this Bible. I'm going to read it. I'm going to get into your word. Yeah, that's what God wants us to get into His word a little bit more. Learn about Him. Encourage somebody to read the Bible. Because there's a lot of people need to be encouraged about the Bible. The reason why they're not encouraged, because they don't care about God. They don't care nothing about Him. But if God came in my live stream today, I'm trying to tell you today how many people would be in here. How many people would be in here? But being that you can't see Him, you're not going to come. Nobody's not going to come nowhere when they can't see Him. The majority of people don't anyway. Whether I see God or not, I know this man woke me up. I know my Father woke me up this morning. I know my Father carries me through the night. I know my Father protects me through the night. So I know that's God. I know He's up there. He carries me through the night. He knows me. He knows my name. He knows me before I knew myself. God knows you before you know yourself. So you got to learn to count on Him through the storm. Count on Him when you're doing good. Count on Him when you're not doing good. God want to hear from you all the time, not sometime. Acknowledge God. Listen to what God tell you, no matter if it's good or bad, no matter if something you don't want to hear, you better still listen to God, because you just never know what He's going to tell you. You just never know what you need to hear. So many people let it go in one ear and out the other. Stop doing that. When God tell you something, let it go in one ear and let it stay in there. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. Like God tells me something, like God tell me, well, you better love one another. And the first thing I do is go around hating each other. Girl, bye. If God tell me to love one another, that's what I have to do. I can't read the Bible and then go hate somebody. No, He don't want you to do that. He wants you to love people for real. Let me see what country Gatto. Oh, that ain't country. Yeah, country. I may not see him, but I sure hear him when he speaks. Absolutely. There you go, country. There you go. So we got to always learn that. We have to live by that, and we have to stay encouraged. I stay encouraged every day. Because if I didn't stay encouraged, I wouldn't be on live. And I do go through stuff because I worry about how I'm going to get all my stuff to... These are my worries. These are my storms. My time is coming really, really quickly, rapidly, to be moving to Florida, that is. And the first thing I do is I worry. It becomes a storm to me because I think about it so bad. Then I get to like, oh man, what am I going to do? You know, and God don't want me to do that, because that becomes a storm that makes me go crazy, because I'm worried about, well, I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do, you know, I'm trying to do all this, and I'm worried about all this stuff, and God already got it under control. But He don't want us to panic when stuff come our way. And the first thing that we do, panic. Oh, what am I? I'm going to do this. What? You're going to be okay if you give it to Him. Don't worry about what comes your way. We should never worry about what comes our way, because let me tell you something. You're going to have storms after storms after storms after storms after storms after storms after storms. Who just came in? Hi, Oreo. Hi, Oreo. How are you doing? Bookies. Yeah, we're going to have a storm after storm after storm after storm after storm. And if I worry about if I'm going to Florida, how I'm going to get my stuff there, what I'm going to do? I'm doing amazing. Thanks for coming in, Oreo. What am I going to do? I can't worry about all that stuff, because that's just stuff. It's going to get there somehow. If God got to take it there, it's going to get there. You know what? I can't worry about, well, what if they do that? Well, that's my biggest worry. Worry about, well, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. I can't do that. I can't worry about that stuff. I just got to give it to God. Just what I'm trying to say, your biggest storm, give it to God. Don't be afraid to give God your storms. That's what he wants. Just like that tornado came yesterday. I gave it to God. I prayed. I sat in that corner, and it's a little box that I was sitting on with some little clothes in it, and I sat there. And I went on to Psalms 91, and I prayed. And after I said, God, please take the storm away. Please, God, take the storm away. Oh, God, you the only one can do this. Take the storm away. And that wind was going crazy. And I mean crazy. It could have took little old me and threw my little limbs all over the place. But God spared me. So that's what God wants you to pray when things are going good. And pray when things are going bad also. Not just good. Yeah, now. Hey, Oreo, how are you? Yeah. So keep on praying. Keep on believing in yourself. And know God will show up and show out. Just because he haven't showed up and knocked on Tyrese's door yet, or Frank's door, or Country Ghetto, or Oreo, or Anointed, doesn't mean that he's not going to make it there. Doesn't mean he's not going to make it there. He will make it there. But you got to make sure that you're prayed up. Country Ghetto, all you guys, you got to make sure you're prayed up. Don't be afraid to talk to God about your situation. Whatever situation that you are facing, give it to him and not them. Give it to him and not them. God needs to hear it before them. Let God know your storms. Let God know your feelings. Let God know all things about you. Because that's when God will come in and he will show up and he will show out for you. Let me read some of these things down here. Y'all know. That's the problem with me. I'm a big worrier, but I'm learning to take it more to my healthy king father and brother. That's me, Tyrese. I'm the biggest worrier ever. Don't look like I am, but that's why I ain't got no fingernails. That's why I ain't got no fingernails, because this is what I do. I could be watching TV and doing this. And I say, oh, here I go worrying again. And I try not to. Being that I don't have nothing to do right now, no job right now, so I worry. I was like, oh, I should be just getting home from work. No, it ain't time for me. Yeah, I'll be getting home soon. But I'll be like, oh, what I'm going to do with myself. You don't have nothing to do yourself, so you worry about what if this happened? What if that happened? What if the money run out? Well, you know, you worry about so much stuff. You feel like crying about it, you know? God don't want you to do all that. Let me see where you at. Let me see what you guys talk about. Let me see. Hello, chat. Okay. I'm fine. How are you? Okay. Smash the like button. Frankie, how are you doing? Okay. The winds is going to do the same thing by me today. We are under a high and strong, severe thunderstorm and coming by me today. Okay. See, you guys are getting yours. We got ours yesterday. And it was bad. It was bad. Tyrese, when I say it was bad, when I say it was bad yesterday, oh my goodness, that felt like death was coming. It felt like the end of the world was coming yesterday. It really did. It felt like the end of the world was here. And I was just sitting in there by that little box, just praying, with my little jammies on, just praying, with my little bonnet on my hair all tied down, praying, you know, wanting God to spare me, you know, what's going on here. Woke me up out my sleep. It started at 1 o'clock this morning. It was already windy earlier Sunday night. It was like 8 o'clock it started being windy, real windy. Then around 1 o'clock came, 70 miles per hour. Boy, oh boy, was that wind going like a car going fast. Just imagine a car going speeding down the street. You know. So that's how the storm was doing here. It was speeding. And I look around outside, those trees was I said, one of those trees gonna fall on this house. And I said, oh, I'm so scared. So I went back in the back again, because that's where I should have been in the back anyway. But I want to be nosy and look out the window. And the trees was like, shh. A big stern tree, though, was like, shh. The whole thing was going, I said, oh, that tree gonna fall. Oh, that tree, I said, oh, that tree gonna fall. And that's what I kept saying, because it was a big sturdy tree. God will make that tree fall all over you. And that tree was gone. God spared me, honey. You hear me? God spared me from that tree fall. Because these trees out in front of my yard, I have a lot of trees in front of my yard. A lot of trees. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to show you guys the trees that's in front of my house. I got at least about 6 trees in front of that house out there. 6 trees. Who get the most leaves on this street? Me. I'm the one to get the most leaves out there on my street. Everybody else's yard, oh, they don't get that many trees. Me, I get the most leaves. I get the most everything on the street. because I have the most trees. And they're like 6 of them. I said, wow. I'm going to make a video on it. I'm going to show you guys. Wait till it get a little bit sunny. It's sunny out there today like it was never a tornado yesterday. God will show up and show out. I'm trying to tell you. I don't worry about anything I can't control. You can't control it. No, we can't. But you still worry. That's just some people just worry. Like me, I'm just a big worrier. That's all. I'm just a big worrier. I don't want to always be a worrier, though. Yeah. Let me see what else. Here we go. Where we at? Okay. Be careful. I will. Oreo. It's better. Oh, you talking about yeah, he had to be careful. Mine's is over now, Oreo. Okay, Trisha, I'm glad you're good now. I'm good now. So I'm gonna be worrying about you now, Tyrese. I am happy you okay, right? Okay, thank you so much, Tyrese. What did you do today, Frank? Okay. I'm glad you're okay, Miss Trisha. Thank you so much, Oreo. Yeah, I'm okay now. The storm is over. It's beautiful outside today. It's 75 degrees outside today, so it's beautiful outside. So, and I'm happy about that. And you know, I'm just happy-go-lucky person today. Yeah, but I want you guys to continue on staying prayed up, continue on loving one another, and don't let nobody come along and say you don't have a storm. Don't let nobody come along and tell you you shouldn't have a storm, because we all have one. We all have storm, whether it's a little storm, whether it's a big storm. Lately, my storm's been really, really big. But you know, I don't come on here and say, well, I'm going through this, Oreo. Well, I'm going through this, Frank. Oh, Tyrese, I did that. Oh, Ghetto, I did that. I don't do all that. I just let go and I let God. And that's what we all have to do when we have a storm. We don't want to dwell on the storm. We have to let go and we have to let God. God is the only one going to help you out in your storm. Not Trisha, not Tyrese, not Oreo, not Ghetto, not Frank. Not Three Wheels, nobody but God. And that's who we need to give our storm to, God, not me. So when God show up and show out in your life, just be ready. Don't turn him away when he come your way. Don't turn him away, because you may have to wait another 2 or 3 years down the line when he come back. Don't tell him, well, God, you know, this and that. So don't do that. When God come at your door and say, you know what, come to me. Come on, let's pray together. Don't tell him, oh, no, I want to pray by myself. You better not tell God that. When he come at your door and say he want to pray with you, you better pray with him. I'm in it. Won't you? I hear you. I know that's right. Yeah. So when God come and show up and say, well, let's pray together. Give God your hand. Give him your hand and say, and you can take my hand, God, and lead me. Right now, where my life is at, I'm holding on a thin string. They feel like just throwing in a towel. But as long as all you guys have this little bit mustard seed of faith, even though you got a storm right now, hold on to that little mustard seed of faith. Don't give up. And when that storm comes, just pull in. Keep on pulling in. That string may be a little bit short, but still hold on to that storm. You know what I mean, Yimmy? Hold on to the storm. Don't let it go. Don't let God's hand go. When God say, hold on to me, hold on. And if that string looks like it's coming, getting away from you, keep getting it. Keep on getting that storm. Don't let that string break. Don't let that string break. Because you just said you have a mustard seed of faith, right? So if you got a little mustard seed of faith, don't let the string go. Hold on to it. Many a times I wanted that God be on the other end of that string. I be wondering, like, you know what? Just let go of the string. No, just let go. No, God, just let go. But you don't want to tell God to let go. He wants you to hold on. So when he grabbing your way coming, let go, don't let go. Well done. Yeah. I drove through all 4 seasons yesterday. Wow, amazing. Amazing, country Ghetto. But you didn't come through Atlanta, Georgia. No, you didn't. So you didn't go through all the seasons. So yeah. So keep going, keep on praying, keep on believing, do whatever you got to do. I hope everybody is having an amazing, amazing day. I hope everybody had a great Easter yesterday. My Easter was laid back yesterday. I sat back. I watched some TV. I ate a little bit. And I ate a little bit. Hey, Yimmy. I ate a little bit, and I ate a little bit. And I ate a little bit. And I just sat down and watched TV. Being that I'm stuck in the house right now all the time through the storms and all this stuff that's going on, it's going to make me gain weight again. I already feel that I'm gaining weight right through my face. Because when I gain weight, the first thing I gain weight at is my face. It get chunky. Which I didn't want to do. That's why my Easter was wonderful. Thank you. Oh, that's great, Oria. That's the first thing that I do. I gain weight in my face. Because I'm in the house all the time. I didn't used to grab a cheek. Now I can grab a cheek. Because it was slim. I liked it slim. It was like this. Now it's back chunky again like it was a long time ago. And it's getting chunkier because I'm sitting in the house eating all the time. That's why I'm waiting on things to get back better, our life get back to normal, and the storms go away, that everybody can start back doing the things that they need to do. But yeah, we just gotta stay prayed up. I mean, we have to be a consistent prayer. And what I mean by consistent pray all the time. Don't pray because stuff come your way. Pray all the time, every day. And know that God will show up and he will surely show out. And just because he haven't showed up and showed out in your life doesn't mean he's not. It may not be your season yet, but when it becomes your season, he will show up and show out. Just hold on just a little bit longer and don't give up. How long have I been on here? Yeah, just hold on just a little bit longer. But guys, I'm going to get off here now. I don't even want to come on here for a little while and just talk to you guys. I don't stay on for 2 hours anymore. I just come on just for a little while and let you guys know I'm still existing. I'm still here for you guys. So be good to yourself. Love one another. And I'm going to do a panel tomorrow, if God's willing. We're going to do a panel tomorrow. We're going to do a panel tomorrow, guys. Not a live, but a panel. Yeah, it is going to be a live, but it's going to be a panel. And have a great day. Oreo, thank you for coming. Thank everybody for coming. Frank, Ghetto, Muffy, everybody here. Yummy, everybody, okay? Thank you for coming. Have an amazing, amazing day. And guess what? Like I tell you in my video, don't forget to smile. See you later. Bye. Bye. Join me tomorrow, Muffy, on my panel. I would love to have you there. You too, Frank, and you too, Ghetto, and you too, Muffy. Bye, Felicia. See you later. See ya.